Number 19, down to Dallas we go on the back end. How about Miro Heiskanen? He was number 19 a year ago in 2023. Yeah. Here he is at number 19. What do you think of the ranking for Miro Heiskanen?
Well, a couple years ago, he came out with his offensive output, right? Like we knew how good he can skate. He can exit zones with his feet, with his passing ability. He defends. Of all the new age defensemen that are playing, I would put Quinn Hughes in there, Adam Fox, Cale Makar. I think Miro, for me, might be the best defensive one, right? So, for me, offense is a bonus in some regard. Well, he had 73 points, a year prior. 54 is no slouch either. But look at the time on ice. He plays a lot of minutes, and here's the big factor, JMO. Talk about gamers. This guy is a gamer come playoff time. I mean, his playoff numbers have been absolutely incredible in his career. He's got 61 points in 85 playoff games. So you talk about the minutes being used there. He's a guy, go out there, minutes eater. You know what you're going to get. Hopefully you're not playing in your end very much because he has the ability to advance the puck. But if you are, he's fine. He can take control of things. But when the game's on the line and you need something to happen, he makes it happen at the biggest times. I pay so much attention to playoff output as far as offensively and stepping up in those big moments, and this kid's got a knack for it.
What do you think the most underappreciated part of his game is at this point?
Skating. I think he's as good of a skater as anybody in the NHL. And as a defenseman, it just his way it gives him a longer wick in the offensive zone. He can jump in there, get involved. He can do a little high flipper, and he can go in there and start the forecheck. He can hang in the corner. And when I watch his game, when he gets down there in the offensive zone or he sits in on a winger on the offensive team, when they're trying to break out, just break up plays, his body language is telling me, you are not going to beat me back to my net. I'm a better skater than you are. And that confidence you can see that he has in his skating ability, I mean, deservingly so. That guy can absolutely fly out there.
What are your expectations down in Dallas for this Stars team this season?
They got to take another step, right? Like, we knew how close they were last year. Like, last year was a very special year. He's got some help here that in the offensive category, too. So I don't think Miro needs to be overly concerned with the offensive numbers. Thomas Harley can do some of that, too. He's been able to come burst on the scene and pick some up. But there's also been some changes. Ryan Suter was a nice piece that they had there as far as depth, veteran guy. Chris Tanev, he's not there.
Right.
Like, is this going to be a year where more is going to fall on his plate? Like, we'll see how the new players do down there in the Big D, but this guy's a Big D himself, and they'll be relying on him quite a bit.
All right, Miro Heiskanen checking in at number 19 for the second consecutive season.